Alright guys, welcome to this episode of Ishake Adventures. Today this video is on the Denver Zoo. Like I said in the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo video, I was in the States for about 3 weeks, toured a couple zoos, and got some cool footage. All the pictures here were taken by me and are up on Ishake Adventures, so if you can go check that account out on Instagram, I would really appreciate it. I did buy a camera and I've enjoyed learning how to use it and just photographing amazing animals. But in this first clip, it is an adorable clip of a southern gerenuk trying to eat some leaves and standing up. Also in this enclosure is the lesser kudu. I'm sure I'm butchering those names, but very adorable animals and they look incredible. And then moving on, we do have some penguins. I don't remember the exact species of penguins, but very, very cool animals. And with the Denver Zoo, it is massive. There is a ton to see, and if you rush through it, you will miss things. I rushed through it because I had other stuff to do to the day, but I was there for 3 hours and was occupied the entire time. But in this clip, I want to talk about this real quick because you can kind of see it in these clips of these penguins playing. You can see the glass. One of the problems I have with the Denver Zoo is their glass. Most of their enclosures will have dirty glass, and it makes filming the animals incredibly difficult. But other than that, incredible enclosures, an incredible zoo, and they're improving more and more every single day. Every time I go there, there's something different. They have a vet, like an exotic vet, on site that you can go in and actually watch surgeries, which is really cool. I went in there when I was there and they had no surgeries to be done, which I guess is a good thing. But if you are lucky enough to be there when they are doing a surgery, it would be cool to see, at least in my opinion. And they are going to be adding I think by the end of 2023, they are adding an Australian exhibit where you'll be able to walk with red-necked wallabies, kangaroos, and stuff like that, kind of like you see at some of these Australian zoos here, which will be really cool. They have the same thing at the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, but I'm very excited for that. But back to the penguins. It was awesome watching these guys swim and play. They actually all walked out right as me and my friend pulled up to the enclosure. And this clip is so long because I was recording this one in the middle. It looked like he was about to jump the entire time. He never did. I stopped recording multiple times. I have like 5 minutes of footage of that guy trying to jump, and he never did. But it was still cool to watch penguins just swim in a huge enclosure. And this is one of, I think, 3 penguin exhibits they have. They have so many penguins at the Denver Zoo, and they do a couple shows. They do a couple shows with them throughout the day. Then moving on, we have a crane in just a second. Completely messed up here. I'm trying to figure out what species of crane it is. I believe it's a gray-crowned crane. And then we have a vulture. Now this dude was so cool to see. I had been taking pictures of vultures in Minnesota, never got close enough, and this dude was definitely the coolest vulture I have ever seen. Yeah, very cool bird of prey. Then we have a lemur, I don't remember the exact species, and then some monkeys. A couple pictures down, you'll see some orangutans. This orangutan had a hammock with a blanket, and he spent his time just under this blanket eating whatever food he was eating, so I didn't get a ton of pictures of him, but I did get some cool pictures of him in his hammock and him moving around. Their lion exhibit is really cool. It's pretty massive, and we were lucky enough to see 2 lionesses, and I got some awesome pictures of these guys. I'm really proud of these pictures. It was just cool seeing a massive cat kind of relatively close. And then, of course, Cape buffalo. One of the most adorable things are these river otters that they had, just kind of swimming through this little stream into a bigger pond. I happened to be at the best place in this exhibit and got to see them swimming back and forth, and I stayed there for about 5 minutes just watching them play because otters are one of the most adorable animals ever. And there is a short on Ishake Adventures of otters. Then we have some ring-tailed lemurs, which are pretty cool to see. They always remind me of the Madagascar movie, King Julian, of course. And then you can't think of King Julian without thinking of that little other lemur that goes, King Julian. No, I just butchered that impression. But yeah, I love watching lemurs, and I love watching them just kind of explore and move. They seem to be super active animals, and it's always good to see active animals at a zoo. It means they're not really bored. Their tiger enclosure is pretty cool. I did find out it's a little smaller than I thought, but they do have this bridge that the lions can walk across in between their two enclosures. And this dude was sleeping right there. I don't know. I heard roars. It could have been a second tiger in there, or it could be through a speaker. I don't know for sure, but it's definitely cool to see a tiger. Here's, I guess I should have put these closer together, but here's another clip of those river otters. Back to the big cats in captivity thing. I don't love when you can walk up to the glass and see them. It stresses them out. The Wild Animal Sanctuary, which I've said in a couple of videos, does a great job. Their whole exhibit is you walking above these enclosures on a bridge. The animals don't seem stressed out. They have plenty of places to hide. Go check it out. It is in Weld in Colorado. Definitely worth the visit. And Peyton did do a video on this channel about it, so go check that out if you're considering it. Here's another monkey enclosure. It's the baboon of some sort. I don't remember the exact name of the species, but I watched them play for a little bit, and in this clip you can see one of them kind of staying away from the other one. They ended up chasing each other for food. But this video is kind of all over the place, kind of like most of our videos. It's fine. We're moving into the reptile exhibit, which I loved. Again, the glass could be cleaner. That was my problem with it. And Peyton will be doing a video on the fish in this exhibit, but yeah, some cool turtles in this clip, along with some cichlids. I'll spoil in a ray down in the back, but I do love the Denver Zoo reptile exhibit. It's massive, and they seem to be getting more and more animals every day. Here we have a Komodo dragon. Now, this is about half the size of the Komodo dragon I get to work with at the zoo I work at. Again, clips of that is on the Shake Adventures channel, but very cool to see a Komodo dragon. And then here is just a green tree python in this enclosure. Here's one of the weirdest frogs I've ever seen. It's called a giant waxy tree frog. Never heard of them until that day when I saw them, and they're super cool and unique looking. We have a green tree monitor in this thing. These are the sizes of their enclosures. Their enclosures could be bigger. That is a critique I will give. Enclosures could be bigger, and of course the glass could be cleaner, but I do like that these reptiles are in their natural habitat. At the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, unfortunately, we didn't get to see that. They were on these weird pebbles, which I've already talked about, but I love that this zoo makes it somewhat natural, even though the enclosure could be bigger. This is a green mamba. Also, the glare was really hard to get some good footage, so I'm sorry about that. But green mambas are incredible to see. They look unlike any snake and extremely, extremely venomous. Let's see what else we have. I haven't actually rewatched these clips, so I'm going to be just as surprised as you are. I think I was looking for an animal in there and couldn't find it, which is also good. It gives the animals an opportunity to hide. There is a snake in here. I don't remember the exact kind. It looks like a spitting cobra from that sign. But overall, I love the reptile exhibit at the Denver Zoo. I know I've said it before. They have an albino alligator in this huge pond, which you don't get to see every day, especially outside of the States. They have rattlesnakes. I tried to make a video on wild rattlesnakes. I went and tried to look for them. Could not find them. Did find a bull snake. Go check out that video as well. It'll be titled something with a bull snake in it. But sadly, no rattlesnakes on this trip in the wild. Hopefully next time. But in a lot of their fish tanks, they actually do have a lot of turtles, which is cool. So if you're a turtle fan, they have plenty of them. They do have an alligator snapping turtle, which, oh, it's right there. I didn't know that was coming, but huge Goliath of a turtle. I hope to keep one of these someday, but definitely cool to see in captivity. And it had a huge tank, which was pretty cool. They had a great poison dart frog exhibit where you can see a variety of poison dart frogs. I've actually raised a poison dart frog from a tadpole, and yeah, I always love poison dart frogs. And they have, one thing they do have at this exhibit is a ton of venomous snakes. They have king cobras. They used to have a black mamba. I didn't see it this time. They have a bunch of spitting cobras, bunch of rattlesnakes and pit vipers, just everything you could want from a venomous snake. And they do have a gaboon viper. Now, I guess I'll do the outro. I love the zoo. Go check it out. It's improved a lot since when I was a little kid, and it improves every time I've been. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10, just because they do have some work to do. The glass is a little iffy on most of their enclosures. For the reptile exhibit, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. They're improving a ton. Enclosures could be bigger and glass could be bigger. But other than that, great zoo. Go check it out. Hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. Follow us on all of our socials on Instagram, Ishake Adventures, TikTok, Ishake Adventures, and of course, like, subscribe, comment on what you want us to do next, because we really enjoy making these videos. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.